Today I will be talking to you about affirmation, what works and what doesn't work, and why sometimes when we do affirmation, how come we don't attract the thing that we want, and how come that sometimes that when we do affirmation, it works. What is this magical thing that uh, c- uh, attract and repel the forces within us? Um, well, there's a couple things that I want you to explore. There's so many techniques and tools are out there. I heard of tapping. But I don't do tapping. I don't know how to work that works. But whatever for me, I seem for you as an individual, whether you're a guy or a girl or woman or man, um, any technique might not work for you, but you have to find what works for you. Now, over the years, I have found what worked for me and what make me get results that most people don't get is the profound fact that once you understand the game of to influence, because it's all about influencing the mind. Forget all the whole stuff you know about the universe for a second. First and foremost, you have to understand that you're connected with the universe, right? And so if you understand that fact already, you don't need to think about that all the time. If you understand that you're connected with each and everyone's subconscious mind, you don't need to think that about that anymore. When you understand that you have oneness, you are connected with this infinite intelligence, you don't need to think about that anymore. Just tell your brain, say, brain, I'm already connected with the universe, right? And that is still affirmation, right? So what is affirmation? And so basically here's the definition: affirmation. Affirmation, the act or instant of affirming instead of being affirmed, the assertion that something exists or is true. So most of these affirmations are for your health or for to become wealthy or to attract good things in your life, whatever it's made, or that's why people write goals down. And what does it actually do? Well, a couple of things. We actually been using affirmation our whole life. Every single day, there's a dialogue, an inner dialogue that you put in your mind, whether it's good or bad, is you telling yourself something you want or don't want. Well, not the case is most people. The thing with most people is they use affirmation uh, focusing on what they don't want instead of what they do want. You have to, I tend to notice every time you want to get the thing that you want, you have to close off to the noise and the opinions of other people. Affirmation is a statement to yourself, from yourself to yourself. And so because I have a book here today, it's called Thinking Real Rich. It's they have auto-suggestion, and I will read it to you. But here's the thing: it's self-talk. It's an inner dialogue that you have each and every day. You can create all the affirmation, right, all you want, but it's how you tell, because affirmation is the story that you tell in your mind, whether it's good or bad, right? It's going to create the outcome that you're going to get, whether it's good or bad, right? It influences your perception too. Affirmation influence the perceived perception that you're going to have. An affirmation to the statement to yourself, whether it's going to be good or bad, is going to either get you somewhere or nowhere in life. It depends on how you use that, and it depends on your field of level of seeing things. Let's talk about this. When it comes to affirmation, we come into this and we say we want this. But how can we take that want into physical world? Well, we already know whatever we want in our life, it's already here, right? You hear that uh, if you get in line with that vibration, it will be manifested. But the thing is this affirmation without persistent, it's just vague. It is nothing but air. Meaning that if you don't take that affirmation and plant it into your subconscious, that is where the action, that's all the behavior and action lies. You have to charge it up with a emotion that is so powerful. Because whether, see, negative affirmation is more stronger than positive, but you can overcome that. Why would I say a negative affirmation is stronger? Because you beat yourself most of the time. Isn't that true? You tell yourself you're not good enough. You can't have this. You can't have that. Right? You beat yourself up and you say you're not worthy of that goal. That's still affirmation, isn't it? And you say, I don't love myself. Nobody loved me. And you affirm that to be true. And when as you believe that to be true, what start to happen is you start to see that as evidence. It becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. And then you will start to attract people like that. You start to attract things like that. Unless you believe that you're one with the universe, you believe that you're one with yourself, and you're guided by a force that is greater than yourself. But in knowing this does not mean that you will achieve what you want. You must and foremost understand about how to utilize your mind. If you understand how to utilize your mind to be able, your mind, if you understand how you're to utilize your mind to get what you want, you win. Meaning, you can all do all the stuff unless you understand how your mind works, then nothing will happen for you. Get understanding about this power within you, meaning your mind. Because your mind or subconscious is a tool. If you can understand how to pour the affirmation into the subconscious, it vibrates to the universe, but that does not mean it'll come to you. It'll come to you via by understanding a lot of things that you must be able to learn. First and foremost, you must be able to educate yourself on the thing which you want most, right? Most people are good at that. And there are other things that you must be able to do to get uncomfortable. In order to attract the thing that you want, you must be prepared for it. When you prepare, I'd rather be prepared for an opportunity that comes than not to be prepared at all when it comes. Meaning, when it comes, if the opportunity is right there, are you aware that that's an opportunity that you could have been taken? And second, are you willing to be committed on your dreams, on your whatever that is? Are you committed? Because an affirmation without commitment is dead. It's like they say faith without faith in action or something is dead. You gotta take the affirmation and move it into form. How? Taking that idea of affirmation is just the word. It costs you to behave, it costs you to vibrate. It depends on how you tell yourself. For me, I don't need to. I can say I accept my reality based upon I already accept it as it's already here. Whether it's a person that I want to attract, whether I want to pursue that interview or author that I want to interview. I already accepted it. But here's the thing. You may have this affirmation in your mind, or back of your mind, that you have accepted it. But there's a couple of things that you must deal with. You live in a physical reality that you deal with people all the time. But the thing is, people are negative and people watch news and stuff like that. And also, people will reject you. It's not personal. I come to along my journey, I realize it's not personal. It's just that they don't have time or stuff like that. You will get rejected if you're doing something that you want. I get rejected many times, but I have overcome the rejection too. So here's the thing that you must do in order to change the perception, to change your vibration within you, it is to change the word and dialogue, the eternal being that you are. You must become an affirmation. You have to, you can't just say it all the time. You have to take that affirmation and it has to become you. It become an identity. Let's say let's say a person who says ugly, but they're actually beautiful. But if they change the word, just the word, they change how they see themselves, their self-image, their self-hidden image. Everybody have a self-hidden image, the words that they describe to themselves, right? And it affect how they see themselves, and it affect how they act toward themselves, toward others. Now, let's read about affirmation. Autosuggestion, the medium for influencing the subconscious mind, the third step toward riches. Autosuggestion is a term which applies to all suggestions and all self-administered stimuli, which reach one's mind through the five senses. Stated in another way, autosuggestion is a self-suggestion. It's the agency of communication between the part of the mind where conscious thought takes place and which serve as the seed for the subconscious mind, to the dominant thoughts which one permits to remain in the conscious mind, where these thoughts to be negative or positive is immaterial. The principle of autosuggestion voluntarily reaches the subconscious mind and influence with these thoughts. No thought, whether it be negative or positive, can enter the subconscious mind without the aid of principle of autosuggestion, with the exception of the thought picked up from the ether. Stated that differently, all sense impressions which are perceived through the five senses are stopped by the conscious thinking mind and may be either passed along to the subconscious mind or rejected at will. The conscious faculty serves therefore as an outer gate to approach of the subconscious. That's my one. Ah, that's scary. Okay, I get it. Nature has so built man that he has absolute control over the material which reach his subconscious mind through his five senses. Through this is not to be construed as a statement that man always exercises control. In great majority of instance, he does not exercise it, which implies why so many people go through life in poverty. Autosuggestion is the agency of control through which an individual may voluntarily feed his subconscious mind on the thoughts of creative nature, or by negative neglect, permit thoughts of destructive nature to find their way into this rich garden of the mind. You are instructed in the last step to describe in on desire to read out loud twice daily, writing statement of your desire for money, to see and feel yourself in the possession of money. You communicate the object of your desire directly to your subconscious mind in the spirit of absolute faith. The repetition of this procedure, you voluntarily create thoughts habits which are favorable to your efforts to transmute desire into monetary effort. Remember, therefore, when reading aloud the statement of desire through which you are endeavoring to develop a money consciousness, that mere reading of the word is no consequences unless you mix emotion or feelings with your words. Plan on emotional word do not influence the subconscious mind. You will not approach your results on your until you learn to reach your subconscious mind with your thoughts or spoken words, which has been well emotionalized with belief. Do not become discouraged if you cannot control and direct your emotion the first time you try to do so. Remember, there is no possibility as something for nothing. Ability to reach and influence your subconscious mind has a price. You must pay the price. You cannot cheat. If you desire to do so, the price of ability to influence your subconscious mind is everlasting, persistent. In applying the principle described here, you cannot develop the desirable ability for a lower price. You and you alone must decide whether or not to be rewarded for your striving the money consciousness and what the price you must pay in effort. Your ability to use the principle of autosuggestion will depend very largely upon your capacity to concentrate upon a given desire until that desire becomes a burning obsession. Fix in your mind the exact amount of whatever money you desire. Hold your thoughts on that amount of money by concentration or fixation of that attention with your eyes closed until you actually see the physical appearance of the money. Do this at least once a day. As you go through this exercise, follow the instruction given in this chapter on faith and see yourself actually in the possession of money. Here's the most significant fact. The subconscious mind takes any order given in a spirit of absolute faith and acts upon those orders. Through the orders often have to be presented over and over again through repetition before they're interpreted by the subconscious mind. Following the preceded statement, consider the possibility of playing a perfectly legitimate trick on your subconscious mind by making it believe, because you believe it, that you must have the amount of money you're visualizing. That is money is already awaiting your claim. That is the subconscious mind must hand over to you. Practical plan for acquiring the money which is yours. Remember, as you carry out these instructions, that you're applying the principle of autosuggestion for the purpose of giving orders to your subconscious mind. Remember also that your subconscious will act only upon instructions which are emotionless and over to with feeling. Faith is the strongest and most productive emotion. Follow the instruction given in the chapter on faith. If you do as you've been instructed to in spirit as well in act, when a whole new universe of power will unfold to you. Many men may become the master himself in offensive environment because he has the power to influence his own subconscious mind through it gain the corporation of infinite intelligence. So as I just read you about autosuggestion, it is not. It's by. I believe it's about affirmation, developing your persistent to reach your depths of your inner subconscious. That is where everything starts. But you have to charge it with emotion. Let's say you want to change your day to a good day. That's an affirmation. Just say, today will be a good day. That's an affirmation. Um, that thing I want, that's what I said. That thing I want, it's already here. I accept it. It's going to come. I don't know when yet, but it will come. And we all have to say that to ourselves with this power within us. Is the subconscious mind controls your behavior, control everything that we do. That files away your experience, your what you know, your environment, all this stuff. It's so powerful, and we have not learned how to do that yet. And it's the seed of radio station, radio wave. We all know that it's if we take the affirmation and we become that identity, it become part of us, and it become with repetition. It influences the universe to attract or repel anyone that's coming towards us. We create a bubble within us. But also, you have to be educated about understanding about following up with your dreams, affirmations, or the stuff that you want. Because whether or not you will follow up with the thing that you do not want. That is the affirmation that you use. Say, I may not get what I want, but at least I'm comfortable of living that life. That is mediocre. Mediocre for me mean mediocrity mean that you're not living up to your potential or your dream. Use affirmation to become more of who you want to be. Use affirmation to be able to uh, influence the subconscious mind, influence your brain, influence the subconscious mind to get what you want, to be able to attract or repel. That is up to you by using affirmation, both positive or negative. And it's the story that you play. Stories are also an affirmation. Brian Tracy once said, tell the truth in advance, even if you think that's, say you don't have that thing. That, just say if I want an interview, I don't have that interview yet. You may think that's lying. Anybody who lies to themselves, that is an affirmation that they say to themselves, and it become the truth, and which influence the world and attract them. It become the truth. They start to believe that it's true, then it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. So you're telling the future in advance. Like when I tell, like, I'm going to get the interview, I'm telling the future in advance. It's already here. You must reverse engineer that affirmation to the present, meaning that you must take that affirmation, put it in the present and take the action towards it every day. Like how I take action towards every day making a video. Because I tell myself I gotta do this. So I make a video. Do not procrastinate. If you have fear of doing that, if you have yourself telling yourself it won't work, then it won't work. Whether it's a vision board or not, these all tools are just meant for your subconscious mind. Think about it. What is vision board doing to you? What is writing your goal down doing to you? What's writing your list doing to you? It's slipping down to your subconscious. It is influencing. It's a tool and technique. What is visualization? It's a tools and technique to influence your subconscious mind and charge it with emotion that you believe in, and it uh, um, aid you into the universe that you want to create for yourself. Use affirmation to create the life that you want. Use the affirmation to get the thing that you want. And foremost, educate on yourself about affirmation. Educate yourself on subconscious mind. Educate yourself on the psychology of influencing human behavior. Because I tell you, it's very more valuable than just it's very more valuable once you understand the lens which you see the world. I'm telling you, like once you understand about psychology and people and how the whole connection with the universe work, and you start to connect with the dots. People don't see psychology or the subconscious mind, or it's not spiritual. But if you're studying human behavior, if you're studying psychology, if you're studying law of attraction, it's all spiritual. And we're all studying human being. Human being is spiritual, but the thing is, we're human too, right? We need to study how what influence us. We need to study what make us tick, what make us want to buy things, what make want to like do the thing that we want to do or not want to. What influence our whole being? What does it make us do the thing that we don't want to do? And psychology. You get what I'm saying? Thank you so much for today. Subscribe to my channel, like my video, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.